Hey Mario, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
Alright, so everybody, if you did not know, this is Mario, and he's replacing Malloy. We're going to do some work together, some battle reports, continue the process for Kingdom Builders Hobbies. So Mario, tell the world and our viewers about yourself.
Well, I'm actually out of high school right now, and I'm going to college, sadly, right? And yeah, I'm going to college, but I hope to help the most in Kingdom Builders Hobbies.
Alright, so today we're going to be playing Bolt Action Battle Report. This is his initial battle report. And who are you going to be playing, Mario?
I'm going to be the Germans.
The Germans, and I'm going to be...
I have the power.
He's delusional, folks, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to be the Americans, you know, and right below him, yes, we have the two new terrain pieces. We just got them. It's the house from foreground and the trees from foreground as well. That's it. And we're going to show you a video or pictures of the board once it's set up. And also you see the product in the background that's on the wall. That's just some of the games we promote, and we're going to be showing you more images of the studio and where we have our game nights and where we play our games. So we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
See ya.
Alright everybody, this is the board we'll be playing on. Okay, the scenario that we rolled was... The scenario that we rolled was scenario 3 out of the 2nd edition rulebook called Key Positions. So the scenario here goes to the board. We have the house. We decided to spread the trees about. The red dice that you see here, these are the objectives, and we're going to make some objective markers. That's one of the things on the list. These are going to be forest dense terrain. These are some fences that you see over there and there and there. What these are going to be the tank traps, so tanks can't move through them. We'll talk about terrain and the modifiers or rules for terrain. That's going to be the same rules for a building when dealing with HE and any type of defensive rules, hidden setup, so forth. That's the dense woods. It's going to be a +2 cover. You can advance through it. You can't run through it. This is going to be hard cover as well. The difference between that and this is a tank can just run over that with its treads, or a tank cannot run through that or that because it can get caught in the undergrowth. Everything else is open ground. For these, infantry can move through them freely, but tanks cannot move through them at all. They can't even advance through them. Those are all the terrain rules, and Mario's contemplating his strategy. Over here we have some of the models we'll be using. Sorry for the lighting, folks, but these are the Germans he will be using. That's actually his entire force right there. And then this is the Americans that he will be fighting. Of course, I won't be using all those Americans, but we're about to start the game. We have the wave that's going to come on. The scenario calls for a first wave. If we want, we can split our forces. I think we're just going to bring all our forces on at one time and just fight it out. And at the end of the game, you have these scenario objective markers. And we will have better ones. Bear with us. But at the end of the game, if you're within 3 inches of that, it's 2 points. And whoever has the most at the end of turn 6 wins the game. So that's the setup, folks, and we'll give you an update once we get done with turn 1 Any thoughts before we start, Mario?
Well, I just hope you don't cry. That's it.
So this is a recap of turn 1. Okay, I'll do mine, and then Mario, you can do for the Germans. Did you see the board here? All the models are on the board now. We'll go over the objectives. People did run orders to go to the objectives, try and secure them. And next turn is going to be really bloody because lots of shots will be fired. So over here we have an American infantry squad plus 2 medium machine guns guarding these 2 objectives in the woods. Panning over, we set up for part of the forces in the middle to react to whatever those 2 squads, the officer and the Panzer IV does. The sniper is still in the building, and over there coming on are his observers. Is his observer. Over here we have this force moving towards this single objective, and he has one in those barricades moving towards the objective as well. So yeah, that is end of turn 1.
And I just shot with the tank.
And he did. He shot with the tank. Lots of machine gun fire, put more holes in the building, but the sniper, to his annoyance, is still alive. So there you go. Come back with turn 2 update.
Okay, Richard, tell us what happened in turn 2.
The most other crazy, most pitiful shooting I've ever seen in bolt action. Ever. I can't stress that.
How?
Ever. Well, absolutely, this turn, on either side, nothing died.
It's true.
Nothing died, and there was more misses than there was hits. I think the Sherman hit of absolutely nothing. None of my guys hit any of you guys. No, I'm sorry. I got 1 hit on that squad, and 1 hit on that veteran squad, and 1 hit on that regular squad. So, we'll see. Stuff has to start happening like now, or we're in trouble. For both, Germans too, because the Germans aren't doing so hot either. But if you look here, we'll go to the objectives. I still hold this one. My line is moving up. This is a pathetic Sherman that needs to go back to gunnery school. Still hold this, moving up. If you look on the German side, the sniper is still in the building. His Panzer IV has moved up. He has shifted his veterans over here. He's laid his artillery. And on that side, he's just kind of walking towards the objective on the right flank. So stuff needs to die next turn. This is pretty crazy. What are your plans, Mario? What are you going to do, man?
Kill you.
The Americans.
That's it? Kill you?
That's it.
That's it?
That's it. Good luck.
Okay.
It's not good luck. You're going to lose. But we'll see what happens.
See you next turn.
Alright, folks. Something died. Not died, but for Bazooka Joe, just right here, it's a victory. First turn, I got the dice, and he advanced to this barricade and got a shot off on his Panzer IV. I hit on the 5, base 3, +1 for moving, +1 for because it was over half range, hitting on the 5. It's a shape charge, so that means that the penetration is not reduced by being over half. So 5 for the bazooka penetration plus 4 is 9, which is superficial damage 2. So Bazooka Joe can be the hero yet again. This is the epic roll. We want immobilized so my Sherman can run circles around him. And we get immobilized? I think that's immobilized, folks. That's it. That's a victory for Bazooka Joe. The crowd goes crazy. Let me confirm. How do you feel, Mario, right now? How are you feeling? What is your gut telling you?
I'm still winning. I nobody needs a tank.
Let me just double check. And in the comments, if I'm wrong, folks, just let me know. But I'm pretty sure 3 is immobilized.
We're gonna pause this until you found it.
Oh man, I got happy there for a second, folks. I'm sorry. It's not immobilized, it's on fire. So it means it gets an additional pin marker. So it has 2 pin markers, and it has to make a check in a leadership check basically. And he is a regular, which is 9. -2 for the pins puts him at 7. So he has to roll 7 or less on 2d6, or the crew runs and leaves and bugs out. I'm on fire! Ah, ah, ah! And runs away and abandons the tank. So, let's go ahead and witness that roll. Come on, Maito, roll really high. Or like
Wish me luck, folks.
Bazooka Joe, will he do it again? Oh. But you are down, meaning you can't activate this turn. And you have 2 pin markers.
Let's see what happens next. Bye.
Alright, so here goes the recap for turn 3. We have a lot more movement. The tank sadly was not immobilized. The Panzer IV there was not immobilized. Bazooka Joe is still kicking, got a pin marker on him. On this flank, we're coming up to help out the sniper. We have the machine gun still occupying the objectives. That artillery marker is still there. It's going to resolve, hopefully in my favor. The Panzer IV is still in place. His veterans are moving up behind to maybe shift to where I'm going to counter. He has another counter right there and another veteran unit behind the woods. Over here, moving up to help support this objective with this machine gun, peppering that unit over there. But so far, no real casualties. I still have the momentum in controlling the objectives. It's really going to be hard for Mario to try and close the gap to contest some of these objectives. Thoughts on turn 3, Mario?
Just 1 kill.
Yes, just one. One soldier has died amongst. Wait for it, folks. 3 turns, and only 1 soldier has died. That's not good. That's not good. So we'll see what happens in the turn 4, and see how much ground Mario can cover. See you then. Bye. 1. So Mario. All right, you guys. We are at end of turn 4. Here goes a recap. And as you see here, for me as the Americans, I do not want my Sherman going toe-to-toe with his Panzer IV. So I broke the barrier, took some GIs with me, and focusing on this flank, avoiding his Panzer IV. Casualties. I have lost Bazooka Joe. Lost his assistant. Other notable casualties would be what are they, Mario? Oh, yes. Over there where the bag was, that empty space, there's 2 bodies of a German observer that were wiped out by this 10-man squad here. Let's go over the objectives. This objective is still controlled by the medium machine gun. This one is also still controlled by the medium machine gun. He moved up in the center with the veteran squad of grenadiers supported by his officer to claim that one. Hopefully I can counter with the tank and the squad of 10. His veteran squad and tank are building up to take out the sniper in the building and hopefully advance to take one of these 2 or both of them. But, mental note, Mario, it is turn 4. You have 2 turns to do it. You think you can do it, folks? Leave a question in the comment. You think this squad can make it to all the way over here in 2 turns? Over here, this machine gun is still holding this with some support, and that German regular squad of grenadiers is very weakened as it has taken concentration of fire. So there you go. That's the wrap of turn 4, and we'll see you on the other end of turn 5.
Hello everyone, I'm Marius here again. And just to let you know that we messed up in the next recap of the turn 5 that you're going to see. On turn 1, I activated the the air observer strike, but on turn 2, 3, and 4 cause delay. I roll a delay. But on turn 5, it results in a hit, but it just caused pin markers to the 2 infantries that were holding the objectives on the side of the Americans. So that's happened. This was the pin marker that you're going to see on the table, and not anymore on the turn 5 recap. And just to apologize for the camera running out of battery at the end of the video. So keep enjoying.
Alright, so are we on?
Yes.
Okay, so turn 5. Now, turn 5, the shit just went down. Stuff got nasty. Lots of bodies, lots of death, lots of carnage. We can edit the S word out later. So, here we go. If you look at the board, you notice there's a lot less Germans. So this is what happened. Mario learned that it's always a bad idea to clump your Germans up in one big tight formation when there's an HE 75 Sherman, M4 Sherman with the 75 HE gun, a cannon. And there used to be that unit here that was holding the objective. Well, they got shot at point blank range with everything the Sherman had from the cannon. And only one left, and he's way over there behind the tank. The other, behind the tank, the officer that was there got shot by machine gun fire at point blank range. So effectively he lost 2 units this turn from just that. Over here, the squad that was behind that barricade finally got assaulted by one of my infantry elements. He scored 3 kills, I scored 6 and wiped out the squad. Over here, his veterans that ran up this alley got shot by 2 squads. This is what's left. My officer tried to do a heroic charge to finish them off and got owned by some veterans. It was very bad. He's kind of embarrassed. What else happened, Mario?
I tried to shoot his infantry here with my tank, but I just killed like 2.
And my tactic of avoiding his Panzer IV is about to come to an end because he's positioned the Panzer IV, so he's point blank toe to toe with my Sherman. So that's not where I want to be, but it's going to be turn 5, and I almost control all the objectives. He only has 2 infantry squads left, and he still has 5 to contest. So we'll see if he can pull off a miracle. Richard here from Kingdom Builders Hobbies here in Mexico. This is the end of turn 6.
Bloody.
Massive carnage. As you see, if you're looking for Germans, there are none. The only thing that is left is his Panzer IV. His units were too thin. He didn't. Yeah, it was wow. I don't know what to say. We'll just go over the objectives. Yeah.
All right.
So this objective, you have to be within 3 inches of the objective to claim it. Okay. I am within 3 there. I am within 3 there. There was one inside of the building. There was one right here. I am within 3. And the other one over here is this last medium machine gun. So the final score, out of 5 points possible, it is 5-0, with the Americans having 5 points and the Germans having 0. So
World War II again.
that's the wrap up for term 6. So now we're going to talk about final thoughts, and that will be the next segue. All right, so folks, we're here on the final thoughts couch, and you go ahead and go first, Mario.
Well,
What do you think about that turn 5 and 6, where just shit started happening?
I didn't know that was going to happen. I thought I was going to win. But I think my bad was...
Oh, pardon, you might edit out the S word, so forgive me.
I think my part will just add a sound like... Beep.
That's good, we should do that, yeah.
Oh, my bad in my strategy was... In the beginning, I didn't position my army in a way to capture the objectives. It was in a way just to try to defend myself from your shooting, which didn't work at all. So yeah, so at the end I wanted to, like crazy, I wanted to reach the objectives.
I think what a major part of it was in the very beginning that the scenario, we both rolled, and then whoever won that roll got to place the first scenario or the first marker. You know, it had to be 12 inches away from our deployment zone, but it didn't say that, and they had to be 12 inches from each other, but it didn't say that you can stack one side of the board or the other. And in that scenario, I think it was number 3, scenario 3.
Yeah,
Basically, if you win that roll, you can put majority of the scenarios on your side where you have most of the terrain and just force your opponent to come to you. And I think that was an issue for you.
and actually we roll to see who got which side. And
Yeah.
you got the side that you wanna.
So part of it was I got that roll to get the side that had the majority of the markers. Now, if I would have lost that and he would have won that, it would have forced me to play more aggressive, which actually wasn't a big deal for Americans because they like to move, they like to get in your face, get momentum. But the Germans are a lot better, I feel. At least the list that we made, a lot better on defense. Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah.
All right. So, anything else about this scenario? Like, what was the man? That was a cool moment. Well, I mean, what moment was that? That turn when you experienced template weapons, and like your whole squad died.
Well, there was this moments where I thought, maybe I can do something with the tank. And I was like, and I looked at it again, and my tank was not good position.
No. Well, actually, I wouldn't say that. I think he was, but the thing was, in this game, when you can, this game for especially for the Americans and for the, I think just in general, it's about momentum.